Hey, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Jim.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Oh, not bad. I'm actually very relaxed. Came back from the park, and Christian's now all nice and exhausted, which means he's on the couch sleeping, Jim. So got a bit of time to myself.
That's good. What a beautiful day. What a gorgeous Melbourne spring
Yeah,
day.
it's stunning.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Plenty of people at the park, with the kids and so forth, because as we all know, children have been at home for a little while now. So as soon as a bit of sunshine, you can't blame the families to get their kids outside, right? So no, it was good for the kids to run around. It was nice. Nice to see.
And you can get them to the park now, right? Which is really good.
Yeah, you can. Skate parks are closed though. You can't get to the skate parks.
Right,
So
okay.
that was interesting. The other day, they said that we can't go to the skate parks, which I didn't know that. But look, the parks are open and the kids are excited, which is good.
Fantastic.
How's your week been?
Mate, the week, funnily enough, Andrew, my wife said to me the other day, I said to her, it must have been on Wednesday or Thursday, had a few meetings and all the rest of it. And it got to about 4 o'clock and I said, my goodness, it's 4 o'clock already. And she said to me, isn't it funny how the day goes when you're doing nothing?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you're not doing nothing, Jim. You're always on Zoom meetings. So you've got a busy day.
Yeah, a lot of meetings, Andrew, and there's been a lot of talk and a lot of lobbying and a lot of talk amongst industry and industry leaders. And of course, spending a lot of time since the updated restrictions came out, for our industry, trying to lobby government to talk some sense into the fact that we as real estate people can operate in a COVID safe environment. Because the fact remains, at the moment, our hands are tied, and there are just so many people that, they have to transact. They're, whether it's financial, whether it's, divorces, whether it's, people that have sold that need to buy a property, people that have bought that need to sell. There's so many people that are just in limbo, that are stuck. And Andrew, we've seen some stories this week of hardship that have come through, and a lot of people would have seen them on the various real estate brands have been pushing them through their websites, as has the REIV, because there's a lot of pain out there. And by pain, I don't mean people by pain, I mean, imagine you've sold your house pre-lockdown. You sold your house at the end of July and you've got a 60-day settlement. So in 2 weeks' time, you have to move out of your house, but you haven't been able to go out and inspect a property and buy one, and you've got a family. You reckon you'd be stressed?
100%. It's not just the financial. It's just more so the move. You can't do it, and that's the hard thing as well, So again, look, as you touched on, we're doing everything we can, and I think by us doing what we're doing behind the scenes, I think they're listening to us. I believe that they are, and hopefully it's one step closer to at least relaxing us real estate agents doing one-on-one appointments as well. I really think we're doing everything we can for our clients, and I really believe it's working. Myself personally, I'm getting a lot of my friends and family members asking me for the link to sign the petition as well, regardless if they're homeowners, regardless if they're selling a home themselves or buying a home themselves, they're just homeowners themselves, which believe that real estate agents should be able to transact to help their clients, right? So and these aren't people that aren't doing any real estate at all. They just look at it and say, okay, well, look, parks have reopened, and that's great for the children, right? But the fact of the matter is, there's people everywhere at the parks, right? We know, and we've demonstrated, prior to stage 4 lockdown, that we can do real estate safe, right? We're going to be wearing masks. We're going to be using hand sanitizers. We're going to be social distancing, and we've done that before. So at a park, think about it, right? Everyone's everywhere. They're chasing their children because, if your children's running off, you're going to be running behind them as well, right? So it's just one of those things.
I think the important thing is this, we're seeing that from next week, you can take your dog to get a haircut. You can have 300 people at Coles. The fact is, it's nonsensical. It does not make sense. And interestingly, listening to some of the politicians, they all had this thing in their head about auctions. You know, we haven't conducted an on-site auction for months. You know, the
Yeah.
last auctions we did from our lounge room. Before that, we did them
Yeah.
from our office online. The industry has adapted. We've innovated. We've already had the technology in place. And those agents that didn't have got the ability to fast track themselves and get it so that they can, you know, conduct business in a virtual manner by streaming if they have to. But this
Yep.
is not about auctions. What we're saying is allow us to conduct a one-on-one COVID safe inspection. That's it. That's all
That's it.
we need. Auctions can fall into place. Open houses can fall into place when the time is right. We understand the time is not right for that, but allow us to conduct one-on-one inspections so that people can move on and at least be able to transact. Because, you know, Andrew, we say virtual and we talk about technology. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to buy a property just by looking at a video.
Correct.
I want to feel it. I want to walk through it. I want to see what's next door, not just on Google Street View. I want to walk up and down the street. I want to see what the neighbours' houses are like. I want to see whether they've got, you know, old blown up cars sitting in there on the front lawn. I want to see if they're taking care of their properties as well, because it's a major investment. It's the biggest investment people ever make.
Yeah, 100%. Look, from a positive point of view, for all our clients, and what we've been advising them and obviously future clients as well, that at least inquiry level has been really, really positive. And that's something that should be a positive to a lot of our clients that are currently that we're selling, and obviously future as well. So there's a lot of sellers that are asking that question as well, because they're not too sure how this has been affected, right? So I'd be asking the same question, right? So I think that's a real positive. But, you know, as much as we can do, you know, virtual inspections through Zoom, and we've got all those tools available and we know how to conduct them. Although, again, people want to see the properties, right? And we know we can do it safely, and we've demonstrated that before.
Yeah, I think, you know, the other side of the equation, the good thing that's been a positive this week, I think, Andrew, has been that we've seen a lift in appraisal inquiry levels. We've seen a lift in people understanding that we can do a virtual appraisal for them and have a report back to them within minutes, as long as they can FaceTime us or Zoom or, you know, Microsoft Teams, whatever they want to do, you know, WhatsApp, video, as long as they can walk us through their home, and take some photos and send them to us and give us some information to be able to do some research and provide an appraisal for them. We can list the property off, you know, virtually. Digitally is probably the word. We can, you know, we can provide an opinion. If they're happy to proceed, we can list the property. We can even get them to send us some photos. We can get the photos enhanced and get it onto our website as an exclusive preview. And you've seen some great traction from that already.
Jim, just to go one step, you know, behind what you were just saying. Now, I've actually got 2 meetings next week with our stylist virtually, right? Because as we know, before we take photos, what do we normally do? We normally get our stylist out there, and she'll go through the house and help them declutter and so forth. So next week, you know, I've got 2 Zoom meetings with my vendors, with the stylist, myself there, and we're going to talk about, you know, what we believe is going to help, you know, enhancing the photos as well. So to anyone that's not thinking of selling right now, we can still, one, provide them an appraisal, but also get them ready, whether or not it's in a few weeks' time or a couple of months' time or whatnot. That is there. We can do that. We can get our stylist on board. You know, we have Stephanie, we have Vismara, we've got the tools, and I think that's really important. And yeah, so with the homes that are on the market, that's working really well as well. You know, people are registering online, and it's been really good to see.
Yeah, and I think the message, Andrew, has got to be that if anyone that's holding back, to get in touch, because we can get everything ready. Because let me tell you, you know, this year, you know, spring has already sprung, right? You know, we've effectively, you know, we stopped on-site inspections on the 5th of August. So we're 7th week into lockdown. Plus, let's not forget that 3038 was already in lockdown for 2-3 weeks before that, our suburb. So we're actually 9 weeks in, right? So the fact that we're 9 weeks in is that there's pent up demand. There are people that need to do things. We can do it for you right now. Just get in touch.
Correct.
And let's get everything going and let's be ready, because whatever it is, the fact that we're 7 weeks or 9 weeks in, we're actually closer to the exit, right?
Correct.
We're closer to being able to transact than we were, 7 or 9 weeks ago.
Yeah, and think about it, Jim. If someone calls us for an appraisal, we don't normally put the property on the market until 2 or 3 weeks after we've appraised the property, right? We generally go and see the vendor. We give them obviously advice in regards to the market, the marketing itself. We get our stylist out there. The stylist normally goes and see our client. There's a week of prep just there. Then they take photos. We proof the marketing. So we get the photos in. We send it to our vendors. We proof the boards, the brochures. There's a couple of things we got to do before it actually hits the actual online portals, right? So if you're thinking about coming into the market, say late October or early November, well, now's probably the best time to get in contact.
While we're on that,
spot on.
We always talk about selling. I'm going to put my glasses on because I want to give you some numbers, and I want to, Andrew, say a huge shout out to all of our property management team, all of our property managers who have been working tirelessly since March to stay on top of any requests for rent adjustments and all the rest of it. These guys have been working tirelessly, our property managers. I love them to death. But let me give you some numbers for this week, Andrew. Our zone, our office, our offices leased virtually, right? This is all people. We can't have a physical inspection. A little bit different when they're renting. They're probably happy to proceed and sign a lease and get access looking at things virtually. But the home phone's ringing. It's probably someone. Hang on a minute. Let me bounce it.
No one is available.
No one is available. Oh, we've got an answering machine. I didn't even know that.
When was the last time the phone rang you?
Mate, that's the only time our phone. When the phone rings at home, no one answers it. No one answers. Of course not. Anyway, so getting back to it, let me give you some numbers. Taylor's Lake, St Albans, 16 properties let this week, and another 4 pending. Sunshine Office, 7 properties let. Northcote Office, 5 properties let. Reservoir Office, 11. Coburg Office, 12. Right. Craigieburn Office, 9. Melton Office, 9. Werribee Office, 8. Tarneet Office, 7. These are property lettings. These are lettings that have been done this week just through virtual inspections. And Deer Park, I forgot to mention Deer Park, they've had 6 as well. So
good on them. Well done, guys.
That's a solid week for teams that are working from home and having to do everything digitally. So conduct a virtual inspection, get an application, get it checked, get it approved, and then arrange and facilitate the move in, which is brilliant, right? We've been able to do some transactions. But the point is, that's only a minuscule percentage of what we normally do, right? So, and that's without having to have a physical inspection. But what we need is physical inspections, and that'll allow more people to move, because the ones that are doing it at the moment are the younger ones that are tech savvy, right?
Yeah, correct.
Now, if it's someone that's not tech savvy, they can't even fill in an online application form. They still want to come into the office and hand one in, an application form. Well, you can't do that at the moment. So, but again, look, a big shout out to our property managers, Andrew.
No, Jim, you know what? They would be working overtime right now, right? They, have so much pressure on them right now. Like, as sales agents, we obviously got our clients, we know what we're going to do. But with rentals at the moment, especially landlords, rent reliefs and all those kind of things that are obviously being thrown at them, they've never done this before. And, to be able to, still lease out properties for our landlords, huge effort.
Yeah. Andrew, I had a question that just came through on my mobile. Someone that's watching that's just texted a question through, saying or asking that how long would it take us to get their property ready to go once they send us a message wanting to get an appraisal? Perhaps you can answer that as far as a process.
Jim, simple as that. All they need to do is simply ask, or we'll inform them what's easy for them in regards to Zoom, WhatsApp, any of those obviously platforms there through video. Get in contact with us, either send me a message through Instagram, Facebook, through our website. All our sales staff have got the same tools, which is fantastic. And then we'll just set up a meeting with myself, any of the sales team as well, with the interior decorators if they want that as well. And then simply conduct a virtual inspection. It's simple as that. So it's not difficult. And I think people are comfortable with that as well, right? And you know what, to be honest, Jim, I think moving forward as well, post-COVID, we're going to be doing this as well, right? So yeah. I think if people are busy with children and so forth, and you know, it might be a late virtual appraisal, because sometimes, as you know, Jim, we're doing appraisals that could be 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, right? The vendors might be tired and they think, you know what, we'll come home, we'll send you an invite through Zoom, we'll give obviously initial, you know, consultation in terms of obviously what we believe could be the you know, appraisal price at that point of time, and then we can go out there and formally tell them the marketing and so forth, right? But the initial meeting is very, very simple.
Yeah, good, fantastic. And while we're on that, had some great feedback, Andrew, from the interview we did this week with our great mate George Paris from Roasting Warehouse. Had some brilliant feedback. I had a few people reach out by message and by phone to say that they really got a lot out of what he was saying with what he's done and what he's implemented in his business.
Real, Jim. That was just real. Like, you know, George has never used technology like Zoom before, right? So he's always been face-to-face business person. That's the way he's built his 100. That's how he's built his business. But he's learned, and as everyone else has, to, you know, think of different opportunities in regards to how to expand his business with obviously Burgatory. So he's thought outside the box, right? And I think that's one thing that even my friends that have, you know, messaged me through, you know, Instagram, and you know, I even put the video on YouTube as well, and I've had people comment through that too. So even LinkedIn, people have, you know, did take a lot out of that, because, you know, business is business, and in any type of business, if someone's, you know, changing their model of obviously moving forward, there's always something we can take out of that, right? No matter what business you do. And George, he's just real, right? He obviously has a few cafes in the city, and he obviously spoke about his cafes in the city and what he had to do there, and obviously his massive, you know, warehouse, or roasting warehouse, as we know, where he runs his coffee beans and so forth. You know, we've been behind that, and we've seen what he's built there, and it's absolutely, you know, mind blowing what he's done. But he had to change because he couldn't, you know, get people coming to his cafe and so forth anymore. He couldn't serve people there, so he had to adapt, and he did that really, really well. And I took a lot out of the interview.
Yeah, which is great. You know, he's look, innovation is a wonderful thing, and you can either sit on your hands, or you can be creative and just have a go. And we know,
definitely,
in our business, it's fantastic to see people having a go, and you just want to support them, right? So
100%, Jim.
And we're going to have a special guest this week as well, Andrew. I haven't told you either, but
I was going to ask you, who have you organised this week, Jim?
Look, yeah, I've got to confirm it on Monday, right? So I've got to confirm it on Monday, but we've got someone who is the person that I'm hoping that we can get on to interview this week. Andrew is a journalist. We see him on television hosting sporting events. Also does a lot of MC work, and basically runs his own public relations business. He's a good mate. He's a wonderful bloke, but I won't mention the name until I get it confirmed on Monday, because he's actually got a pretty busy week coming up. So we might have to do it at a different time. And then of course we've got some other people lined up.
You'll be able to do it, Jim. Don't worry. You'll be able to hook this one up.
well, you know, Andrew, all we're trying to do, as you know, when you first suggested that we do this, the whole idea was to try to, in this time when people are in lockdown, people are at home, it's not about us banging on about real estate all the time, right? We're available 24/7 whenever anybody wants to talk about real estate. But it's about us trying to value add and trying to provide an insight into people that are successful in different businesses and how they've adapted to these times.
Oh, 100%. And, you've been in business now, Jim, for over 35 years, right? A lot longer than that. And there's still things that we can, and there's still things that we can learn from it, right? So I think to all our friends, our clients, anyone that's watching this, I believe they're getting value out of it. And I'm rapt that we're doing this on a weekly basis because it helps us move forward and learn. And I think, adding value to our clients and everyone that's watching this, why not? We're here to help, right? So, and you're right. We don't want to, keep speaking about real estate all the time and make it out just because of real estate. We want to try and bring different things into obviously what we do on our daily lives as well, right? So, I've had, actually to mention that, I've had people mention and message me through my running, right? So, just before I started, running and so forth, I was 102, 103 kilos, right? So, and then I was like, you know what? We're in lockdown. What are we going to do? You're going to set yourself a new goal. You got to have something to work towards. Otherwise, you're going to be staying home doing the same thing, and then it's hard, right? You got to challenge yourself. So I thought, you know what? I'll challenge myself to get to about 5Ks a day. I'm like now 88, 89 kilos. I still haven't hit 22 minutes. I'm about 22 minutes and 15, 20 seconds thereabouts. But I'm just trying to do something different. Keep healthy, keep fit. Because again, you can't sit at home all day. You just go crazy, right? Yeah. And I really believe fitness is so important. It helps you in the morning. You feel 10 times better than just waking up and doing whatever you're going to do. So I really believe it's vital.
Look, it clearly is, and it's what we've been talking about when we talk in our meetings with our teams during this time. To try to maintain some normality. Don't get into the habit of sleeping in until 9 or 10 or 11 o'clock or staying in bed. Do what you normally used to do. Get up at 6:30, at 7 o'clock. If you never used to go for a walk before, go for a walk, right?
Correct.
That's what I've been doing. Get up, go for a walk for an hour. Come back. Now we can walk for 2
hours.
Well,
Jim, how much weight have you lost?
Not a lot, but about 6 kilos, Andrew. And
that's still a lot of weight.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming off a high base, right? But the point is right that just try to maintain some sort of movement. Get out and about. Get some fresh air, even with your bloody mask on. But get out and about and move. And do something instead of just sitting on a couch and being in front of a TV all day. So anyway, it is what it is. Look forward to Andrew. We've gone over again. Gee, we love to chat. And
we love to chat, Jim.
But look, hopefully people have got something out of this. We plan on having a great guest this week, another great guest to give people a bit of an insight into a different industry and what's happening around, not just in Australia but globally. What's happening in different industries. We'll be able to talk about that. And again, Andrew, great work to you on sharing the link to the petition that the real estate industry has put out to try to get the government to at least reconsider the very, very harsh.
That's all we're asking. Yeah, spot on. And Jim, you know what? As I said, I've never wanted to be. I don't get involved in politics or anything like that because I have no idea how that works,
Not
right?
About that.
But you know what? I started this purely and simply based on clients contacting me, and you know what? In this lockdown, as most people know, I've had a little baby girl, so it's been great to spend some time with her as well. So it's one of those things that when clients call you directly and they want to obviously either sell, rent, whatever the case might be, we're there to help, right? So we're doing as much as we can for them, not for us. I've always said that, whatever we're doing is for them. And it's been great to see the feedback that we've received with people signing the petition, as we've said before. So again, I put on a post out during the week to just say thank you because I actually had a fair few phone calls, Jim, from clients because obviously they don't want to put their own post out, right? They're a bit embarrassed and whatnot. So they're just basically saying, Andrew, you know what? Tell everyone that's signed a petition, just a massive thanks, because if it's helping, it's going to help them relieve some pressure, right? So, and we really believe that, which is really good. So thanks, Jim.
All right, brother, let's sign off. And everybody, I don't know what the weather is tomorrow. Hopefully it's as good as today was. But
Melbourne, who knows?
it's Melbourne. Yeah, who knows, right? But, beautiful day. There's still plenty of time left in the day. Get out and about, go for your walk, and, try to smile behind your mask. Your eyes will still smile, and make some eye contact. Make some eye contact with people that you walk when you're walking the streets. But everybody stay well. Thanks for tuning in. Andrew, well done. We'll talk again soon.
Well done, Jim. Yeah, likewise. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Speak to you soon.
See you, mate.
Bye.